Ready to go into the third session now. Our third session is being presented by Joan Benson, the Director of Nonprofit Industry Marketing within Sage Intact. And Joan will be discussing how charities are becoming more data-driven as a wider process of digital transformation allows leaders to make more informed decisions. Finance and impact reporting can provide some of the most valuable data when it comes to deciding how to allocate resources and operate strategically.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our session today. We're going to be talking about digital transformation for nonprofit finance teams. We find ourselves in a very dynamic and challenging world where nonprofits have greater needs for services that they provide and greater challenges for sustaining their funding. It's critical that nonprofit organizations leverage the benefits of modern technology and digital transformation to ensure better stewardship and increase mission impact. This happens as data and information become real-time and more usable, leading to better and faster decision-making and greater efficiencies that shift those saved funds into impact gains. To start this discussion, I wanted to share some data and information with you from Sage Intact's 2020 Nonprofit Technology Trends Survey. A couple of the findings really speak to the challenges facing nonprofit organizations, and it's a good basis for the topic that we're talking about today. The survey participants represent all types and all sizes of nonprofit organizations. Our survey respondents shared their greatest external challenges with us, and these external challenges are fairly predictable and what you would expect, starting with funding and demand for services. Notice number 5, something that you would expect to see on an internal challenge list, but it's showing up here because funders and prospective donors are often requiring this type of data and performance information. So when we look at these, we see increased competition for funding, economic shifts, government regulations, changes in charitable giving, increases in online donations, crowdfunding, and demand for outcome and performance metrics. So with this given as the external challenges, let's take a look at what their top internal frustrations and challenges are. So when we look at what they shared with us as far as their internal challenges, it's lack of process automation and organizational efficiency. We're all familiar with that one for sure. Manual, time-consuming reporting, inefficiencies and delays due to multiple disparate systems, lack of real-time visibility into key metrics and performance, and the inability to automate and measure outcome metrics. So with these challenges, how do they impact your finance team? When we look at these, we see a lot of overlap, but all of it's affecting the productivity of the organization in general and, of course, the finance team specifically. Reporting challenges, lack of integration between systems, lack of automation, poor or delayed visibility, lack of the ability to automate, track, and measure outcome measures and impact measures. In looking at these top challenges facing nonprofit organizations today, it's clear that digital transformation offers a significant part of solving these challenges. Digital transformation encapsulates much of the technology solution conversation to solve the challenges organizations say are their greatest pains. So let's take a look at what digital transformation is and how you can leverage it to solve these different challenges that we're all facing today. Digital transformation is the integration of digital technology into all areas of business and your organization, fundamentally changing how you operate and deliver value. This definition is pretty straightforward, and so it's one I wanted to use today. And as an organization, you have lots of data and information across multiple systems, tools, and applications. So spreadsheets, donor management, HR, case management, you name it, lots of technology solutions. So how do you integrate and digitize all of these so that they work together? As a nonprofit organization, productivity, efficiency, and measuring impact are critical. So how can you leverage this modern technology trend to maximize your stewardship and do more with less? These challenges reflect data technology, manual reporting, disparate systems, lack of automation, and what it results in is missing performance and outcome metrics. But with modern true cloud technology, you can have automated workflows, reporting, integrations between all your apps, real-time visibility and insight to all your key metrics. Does this sound too good to be true? Well, let me share just a little bit of information with you about how this works. I'm going to borrow an example from social media to illustrate this concept. In social media, we use hashtags to allow for other people to quickly find and identify specific data, topics, and information. So if we apply that to our financial system, we could have potentially a very powerful tool. Well, we call this tool dimensions, and dimensions allow you to visualize and find the information that you're looking for. Now, what is a dimension? Well, for us, dimensions allow you to basically Twitterize your chart of accounts, allowing you to define, track, slice and dice your data with all the different attributes that are important to your organization. Those may include donor, grant, location, fund, project, etc. And a financial system should be intelligent enough to know how to categorize all your data in a way that's easy to find and easy for you to slice and dice so that you can get the view of the data that you need. And this includes using a dimensional structure that's tailored to your organization, like the one we're looking at here. So you can see like the who might be the donor, and the where might be the project or the country, the what might be a grant. And you can see the type of information then when you're looking at a transaction, or you might be running a report to accumulate different transactions, and you can see the actual detailed information so that you can sort and filter. You might want to look at just grants within a certain country or types of grants. These are the kinds of important things that can really make a difference in the efficiency of your organization. So I think it's important for us to think about, as we're going down this path of digital transformation, planning and preparing to be able to really leverage the power of our data. Well, with that small introduction to dimensions, let's move to the next level that's going to allow us to leverage that for digital transformation. Your general ledger is your single source of truth. So how do you dimensionalize that to enhance the data and benefit the organization? Enhancing your general ledger with non-GAAP data is really about adding statistical data and information to your general ledger so that you can have the key metrics that drive your organization. This is often external data that might be coming from your donor system, case management, electronic health records, your HRM system, etc. So you know we typically have our financial system, like our income statement, our balance sheets, and all of our different reporting. But then there's this other industry-specific information that is often statistical in nature. And so we want to take that data and add that to our GAAP data and enhance it for real-time insight and really being able to get at the metrics that matter and have them automated so that they're done automatically for us. So these can be things like financial metrics. They can be a mixture of financial and statistical data, and some examples might be fundraising efficiency, how much money you're spending to raise $1, or like cost per program participant, or cost per meal served. This is the power of this type of digitization of your data so that you can really bring together all parts of the information and have that full picture. Here's just an example of a nonprofit CFO dashboard tracking these types of metrics around program efficiency, fundraising efficiency, etc., as well as trends from prior periods. This type of reporting gives you a real-time view into not only financial and budget metrics, but non-compliance metrics that often include that statistical data we've been talking about. In this example, we're looking at fundraising information and metrics, but you get a much more complete view of what's really important to the organization. A couple of the highest priority challenges that nonprofits shared with us relates to those disparate systems and lack of integrated data. With Sage Intacct, when you do reporting and analysis, all of your data is in one place, your system of record, your financial system. And it's not just your financials, but it's your data from all your various systems, operational data, donor data, planning, payroll, program information, outcome metrics, anything that is going to be needed for your different analysis and reporting. And it's an open API that makes this possible and makes it easy to integrate all your apps and data, solving one of those most foundational issues that prevents digital transformation. We heard from nonprofit organizations, both on the external and the internal challenges and priorities, that lack of visibility and automation of performance metrics was critical. This dashboard shows you how you can both automate and get real-time visibility into whatever those key metrics are. Now, I'm sure your mind's already going to how you're going to measure, track, and calculate these metrics. But here's a dashboard that gives you an idea of the type of view of your data that allows you to have this type of information at your fingertips. At the top, you see what we call performance card, and these are just specific measures that I want to look at on a consistent basis, the things I want to focus on and I want to consistently track. So those are all unique to all the different users, so these are just ones that I set up on my laptop. So whether you want to see things at a glance related to program efficiency or client served or program financials or cost per participant, it automates and displays in real time. These just highlight your dashboard and have that point-and-click functionality that allows you to create the metric like revenue divided by number of clinicians, so you know how much revenue per clinician you're getting. Statistical objects are married to the financial data to produce the metrics that you want to see in real time. This dashboard also reflects revenue by sources and expense by financial category. Your key data and information in real time filtered exactly the way you need to see it. One of the great things and the huge time saver and efficiency boost to the organization is available in modern technology, which I just like to call point and click. So in any of these types of reports on your dashboard, not only is it real time, but you can click right into it and go right down to the source document. It's allowing people to be able to even remotely have their audits done. So there's no more manual reporting and spreadsheets and work papers and all of that. It's like right there in a read-only format. Automated reporting with instant drill down to source documents is really going to become more and more important, especially as we have more and more people working remotely. Think about how easy this is going to help your team members as well as your external auditors or maybe your external board members be able to access in view-only mode all the data that they might need to see. You're able to point and click to filter the different types of information. You can filter by location, by grant, by fund. You can change date parameters that can cross fiscal periods. You can look at budget to actual, dual reporting both in cash and accrual. Everything's automated for you in real time, and it makes it so easy for your team and your organization to really get at the information that they need to see. You can leverage this type of technology to build all types of dashboards for different uses, and even your board of directors. In this case, we've built a dashboard that reflects the sector's best practices around key reporting and metrics for board members. So here we're looking at a balance sheet board book, providing key stakeholders with the metrics and information that they know they need to be tracking. There's even a location for questions that they should be thinking about and considering and discussing in their meetings. So it's a great tool to be able to really bring productivity even to that level of key stakeholders and board members and really getting at the critical data and information that we need to be looking at. I think it's always helpful to have real stories and examples to truly share the value and impact. And this is especially true when we're talking about digital transformation. It's so powerful, and I think it's great that we can have some real stories to kind of illustrate what we're talking about. So I have a few I'm going to share with you today. So while we are a for-profit technology company, we prioritize and measure our success on how our customers are leveraging our technology for mission impact. And so we really want to understand the metrics and the improvements and the benefits that they receive. And this example is one of my favorites. It's Room to Read, which is an international nonprofit organization focused on literacy and gender equality in education in developing countries. And when Room to Read selected Intact, they implemented it across the globe in all of their organizations around the world. And it really helped them scale amidst their rapid growth. And they were able to find savings and benefit of over 25% worldwide, allowing them to directly serve another 100,000 children every year. This is the way. It's simple to measure, but a powerful way to tell your story and to enhance that relationship with your donors because they see the activity that you're doing to actually make a greater impact on the world. So this is a real picture and story of the benefit of digital transformation. Now, I selected this story to share with you because it's very different. It's a very small nonprofit organization. It's a food bank in a rural part of the U.S. But I think the thing that matters here is that regardless of the economies of scale, having saved $25,000 towards their food bank makes a huge impact for them. And that's what it's really all about, being able to leverage digital transformation to have greater impact for your mission. And they were able to take that amidst their partners and all the different setups that they have, and they were able to serve an additional 90,000 meals with those savings. This is how you measure impact, through digital transformation. This example is from a senior living and healthcare provider, Bay County Medical, and they were able to achieve 50% improvement in their gross margin. I mean, anybody would love to have that, right? Especially a nonprofit. But when you look at what they were able then to take those funds, they were able to fund needed capital improvements to grow from 80 beds to over 200 to serve their community. This is, again, a powerful illustration of efficiency gains and digital transformation. One last quick story to share with you. The Hopi Tribe Economic Development Corporation was really struggling. They had several years of audits that were not completed. They weren't able to get visibility to make some of their organizations profitable, and they really were lacking in a lot of areas, and they were able to take Sage Intacct, implement it, and they were able to move 3 of their struggling entities into the black and improve cash flow by $500,000. This, again, is significant impact, but it's about that digital transformation that provides visibility, insights, allowing you to make better decisions and to make those decisions faster because you have real-time insight and information. So that, again, illustrates the power of digital transformation. So today, we've been talking about digital transformation, and on the path to digital transformation, we start at the top with that true cloud technology. And then to this, we add best-in-class technology solutions. And then we're able to start leveraging the power of automation, visibility, and integration. And this is going to move us down that path of digital transformation towards greater mission impact and being able to serve the community that we are in and being able to provide those additional needs, especially during a crisis year like we've been in. It's so important to be able to really bring this down to the level of what we're able to do within our communities and provide that greater impact because of digital transformation. Across Sage Intacct, we support all types of different nonprofit organizations, and these cross over all the categories from education and faith-based organizations to human services, community development, international relief organizations, all types of nonprofits across all sectors that are really finding this digital transformation in the Sage Intacct technology solution. We'd love to have you be a part of that, and we're happy to help and have those conversations if there's anything that we can do. Thank you so much for joining our session today on digital transformation for nonprofit organizations. We really appreciate and value your time, and we're so happy we were able to be with you and share today. Hopefully we were able to cover your questions in the chat today as we went along, but we have contact information, so feel free if there's additional questions or anything that we can help you with, please feel free to reach out to us. Thanks again, everyone.